"And how are you?" said Winnie the Pooh. Eeyore shook his head from side to side. "Not very how," he said. "I don't seem to have felt at all how for a long time." "Dear, dear," said Pooh. "I'm sorry about that. Let's have a look at you." So Eeyore stood there, gazing sadly at the ground, and Winnie the Pooh walked all around him once. "Why, what's happened to your tail?" he said in surprise. "What has happened to it?" said Eeyore. "It isn't there. Are you sure?" "Well, either a tail is there or it isn't. You can't make a mistake about it, and yours isn't there." "Then what is?" "Nothing." Winnie told his friend about something that wasn't there. "Tell me now what that thing was." That's a clue. The planet Earth has some incredible things on its surface. Two of Earth's greatest wonders are Mount Everest and Old Faithful. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. It is in the Himalayas, a mountain range in South Central Asia. The icy peak of Mount Everest rises more than 5 miles into the air. After many attempts by Westerners to climb Mount Everest, it was finally conquered on June 3rd, 1953. Sir Edmund Hillary was the first non-Asian to reach the top after so many people had tried and failed. Perhaps the most famous geyser in the world is one called Old Faithful, which is in Yellowstone Park in the state of Wyoming. Old Faithful is famous because it shoots a stream of water and steam very high into the air every 65 minutes, every single day of the year. The Old Faithful Inn, open only during the summer, is right next to the geyser, so it's a great place to stay if you want to watch Old Faithful. Everest is a mighty place. Its peak is known worldwide. What did Edmund Hillary do in 1953 with pride? My Dragon Age Origins Part 4 stream was completely screwed up because there's static from the headset all over the stream. I saw the first one in the window of this drugstore. The bright colors attracted my attention right away. I was It was too high for me to read, so I just looked at the picture and dreamed about lions and tigers and elephants and clowns and cotton candy. 2 days later, I saw another one. It was on the side of a milk truck. Yes, the circus was really coming to Shady Glen, but I had to find out when. I rode my bicycle to the library, and there was another one on the front door. I laughed when I saw that clown's big red rubber nose. It was almost bigger than his face. I asked Miss Morris if she had an extra poster I could put up on my bedroom wall, but she said that was her only one. Maybe I can buy one at the circus. If I can get one for myself, I'll put it right next to my Lassie picture. Signed, Betsy. Betsy simply laughed out loud when she saw this big red thing. Dear Mr. Garrett, I apologize. I haven't been a good secretary lately. I know I have been a little disorganized. The confusion in the school during the past several months has caused me to feel edgy and to be even more forgetful than I usually am. As you know, the letters I sent to the school board never arrived. I really have a hard time remembering to put stamps on. At least they were neatly typed, and I did remember to include a return address. I promised to call all the members of the school board and read the letters to them personally. After I do that, Mr. Garrett, may I have the rest of the week off? I really need a break. Thanks ever so much. Yours truly, Maxine Blakely. Miss Blakely was not organized. She would never win an award. Name what never made it to each member of the board. What? Rock climbing may be the reason Janet Sullivan is the mayor of Shady Glen. I always wanted to climb to the top of Eagle Rock, said Mayor Sullivan, referring to Shady Glen's highest point. It became a symbol of achievement for me, and I knew that when I did it, I would be ready for office, she added. Years ago, Mayor Sullivan lost the election for president of Shady Glen School's Rock Club. Morty Maxwell stole it from me, snapped Janet. That loss made her work harder for things, and she finally was able to climb Eagle Rock. I guess being mayor is about as high as one can get in Shady Glen, said Mayor Sullivan, smiling proudly, unless you count Eagle Rock. Mrs. Sullivan is now our mayor. She finally reached the top. Please name the best title here, and then your clue will drop. Lame. I read this the other day. I accuse you. Oh, drats, you found me. American cartoonists. One of the most famous American cartoonists is Rube Goldberg, who lived from 1883 to 1970. Mr. Goldberg is remembered mainly for his wacky machines that were very complicated but did ordinary tasks such as mailing a letter or throwing a ball. These crazy machines were made up of all kinds of unexpected parts: wheels, whistles, people, springs, buckets, even barking dogs, or crowing roosters, all put together in ways that made sense but were very funny. Mr. Goldberg gave credit for his wild ideas to a pretend professor, Lucifer Gorgonzola Butts. 2 years before his death, Mr. Goldberg put drawings of his crazy machines in a book, Rube Goldberg versus the Machine Age. His designs and ideas have led to many of the wacky devices seen in cartoons and movies today. Our secret magic club met at midnight last night to choose a president, but before the meeting, I came up with my own secret plan. I would use my knowledge of the stars to win the election. The president should be the one whose initial is written in the sky, I said. That's impossible, said Don. No one's initial is written in the sky. But then I got my telescope and showed them the constellation Cassiopeia. Mrs. Simpson says that's pronounced Cassiopeia. It's a group of 5 stars that seem to form the letter M. Gee, said Tommy, that's remarkable. We need someone as smart as you to be our president. Diary, I'm sure glad my name begins with M, signed Morty. The bicycle has gone through many changes to become trim fast machine is today. About 200 years ago, the first bicycle appeared. It was called a walk-along, and the rider moved it by pushing his feet along the ground. Hardly worth it, except for going downhill. Through the years, the design of the bicycle was altered many times. A machine with iron wheels and a pedal was built. It was so uncomfortable to ride that it became known as the Bone Shaker. Gradually, more improvements were made. The size of the wheels changed over the years, the pedals were moved to a place in between the wheels, and a chain was added. The improvements have made the bicycle easier to ride and is now more popular than ever. Dear Mom, camp can be boring, but it is more fun than usual this summer. Last night I had a really good time on an overnight hiking trip. After everyone is asleep, I tiptoed outside the tent, using a small stick as my tool and a flashlight to help me see. I walked very carefully as I quietly went to work. The next morning, I woke to find the sound of a loud scream. It was Mr. Evans. Boys, pack it up. We're getting out of here. Bear tracks all over the place. I chuckled, yawned, and rolled over in my sleeping bag. I wasn't in any hurry to get out of there. I knew there hadn't really been a bear around. Love, Morty. It's that one.